What's happening, baby?
I'm good, man. You know, I don't really come to people's lives. That ain't my thing. But
Hey, I appreciate it, bro.
I saw you. I think. Let me fix my camera. I saw you like the other day, last week, and I was like, okay, because I can't take all the disrespect and cussing. I can't handle that.
Okay, I got you.
But with you in particular, I said I could come out here and talk to you.
Right.
But, since we talking about, let me bring my thing. Y'all talking about Ortiz, man.
Okay, lay it on us, fam. Lay it on us. What's your take on it?
This is how I see it. I feel the Ortiz at 147 who fought Kavaliauskas, the guy who fought Maurice Hooker. I even said in the video, people ate me alive. I said, ain't nobody beating that guy. But I'm going to be honest, once he had the episodes with Rabdo and then the back and forth with Blair Cobb, because Blair Cobb said something. He's like, he was on steroids. Now, this is the thing. Blair Cobb is very close to the situation. So he would have an idea if there's some stuff going on. Now, only the fly on the wall knows. But when he said that, I said, okay, let me see what Blair Cobb talking about. So like I do, I got on the internet, started researching Rabdo. A little more than what I had did before. I said, are there any
I know about it.
Of steroids? Rabdo? And then I found out that Rabdo is one of many side effects of steroids.
Yeah, it can trigger. It could trigger. Definitely could trigger.
Yeah, I said, damn, Blair Cobb was on to something. So then I sat back and said, let me see how this plays out. All of a sudden, what De La Hoya do to Blair Cobb? No Vaseline. Got him up out of there, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't get it. That man had a big win off of Maurice Hooker. He got him out of there. I said, okay. De La Hoya, he's being spiteful towards his own fighter. And all Blair Cobb did was win big and say something about how he wanted to fight Vergil Ortiz and he's on steroids. And after that, they railroaded him.
Right. But that's how he is, though. That's how De La Hoya is, bro. I started it off with. Yeah.
I know. I just came back from shopping, so I've been here about like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is this. Vergil Ortiz disappeared. He came back to 154, and he had the 2 fights at 154. He never made the weight. But I know they weren't going to force him to try to make those weights because I think there's a little bit more going on with him and cutting weight. I think there's still some concerns about him and his health. Now, he's with Robert Garcia, and I'm going to tell you this. Robert Garcia is a miracle worker. That man get his hands on anybody, he's going to make him to a better fighter. You look at the 2 biggest upsets to some people in like the last 10 years is Maidana Broner and then Valenzuela and Pitbull. Okay?
Was it Valenzuela and Pitbull? Or
Just
was it Giovanni?
No, I'm talking about
Giovanni was upset too.
Yeah. I'm just saying what some people are saying because there's been many with Robert Garcia in the corner. But the 2 biggest that I hear people talking about, we all know Maidana and Broner. That shocked a lot of people. And then this weekend with Pitbull Cruz and Valenzuela. Right, so I know with Robert Garcia in your corner, he's going to make people better. The Robert Garcia Boxing Academy does amazing things for fighters. But all I'm saying is this. When you look at those 2 fights at 154, Vergil Ortiz, he did not look like the Vergil Ortiz of old. And those 2 fights, 2 total rounds with 2 knockouts, to me, are laughable. Now, we're going to see what happens this weekend because that's when the real deal starts.
Yeah, bro.
If you're going to be Al Capone, you better be ready to go all the way because you didn't want to shake Bohachuk's hand. I said, okay. Look what happened to Pitbull Cruz.
I got to ask you a question, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know who with Bohachuk, though, who over there with them now, right? Who been with them, who been sparring over there with them and all that, right?
I know Vergil Ortiz says spar Bohachuk a whole lot.
No. The guy that you named.
Blair Cobb?
Blair Cobb's be in this corner. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
I'm saying the rabbit hole get deep. Blair Cobbs is in this, be over there in this corner, bro. Go look at his past fights. Look right over there, right there on the apron.
I didn't know Blair Cobb is hooked up with Bohachuk.
Yeah.
I just know he got Manny Robles, who's an amazing trainer.
Yep.
And Blair Cobb, I didn't see him working with Manny Robles in his fight against Adrian Broner. So I'm not surprised.
I'm not saying they working. I'm saying they friends, they partners. He over there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know Blair Cobb cool with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I am not surprised that he's over there and probably on a secret squirrel mission. You know, I'm
Right,
not surprised
right,
that they're paying him them Kinahan consultation fees. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
all I'm saying is, if he shows up in that ring this weekend, it looks like the Vergil Ortiz who fought Kavaliauskas, Maurice Hooker, that was destroying cats at 147. I'm gonna have to ask, what did he do? What is it he did during his preparations to turn back the clock? Because he has not looked a tenth of the monster that he was at 147.
Right. Here's my thing that Rabdo is a big deal because I do, it was already talks before that he was taking stuff to lose weight. And once you lose too much weight, that triggers it well. In this series, you can go to kidney failure and all sorts of stuff, And so my thing was when he came back, I wanted to know how he's going to feel about at 154. And then, like you said, he wasn't pressured to make 154. So this time now he's at what would he weigh in 153?
153.8
Yeah,
or something.
153. So now I'm like, okay, let's see. Is your tank gonna last? Is you gonna get tired? Because when I watched the press conference, he had them shades on. He looked drained, sitting there just looking like ET, just like this. He didn't want to move.
Agitated, angry.
He didn't want to move. He was like, man, this ain't it. You know what I mean? So I am eager to see how he's gonna move, especially with a puncher like Bohachuk. Bohachuk is here. This is his home. You walking in his house. You know what I mean? So, and my question is like, what do you think Vergil's strategy is gonna be? Is it gonna be I'm gonna stand there and fight this man, or are we gonna actually see if Vergil got some feet? What other plan is there besides to go at a Bohachuk, other than go at a Bohachuk?
Yeah, I think he's going to be all gas, no brakes. Vergil Ortiz can't fight no other way. I'm not saying he can't box, but you never seen him in the ring floating like a butterfly sting.
Right. I take step back. I create a little bit of space when you get close, but he's your traditional like brawler / boxer, right? For real.
He coming at you.
And he got good accuracy to the body. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was a body snatcher, but he dealing with a guy that got, like I said, dude, it's crazy because Bohachuk, if you look at Bohachuk looked like he a southpaw fighting orthodox, bro. Because this dude knocking people out with his left hook, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that right hand be going to the body. He's deadly with it. So, and he can take a punch. The only thing I got about Bohachuk, he keep his head on line so much. It's crazy. But he's throwing so many punches, it almost don't matter because you ain't going to be able to get to it.
Yeah, I think Bohachuk is that he's that what was I calling him? I did a couple of videos about him. But he's that dark horse in the division at 154. With his height, with his reach, being Ukrainian, that they have that weird style, man. Those long arms. I just think Vergil Ortiz is trying to pick it up. What is it, round 62? Because basically they sparred like 60, 61 rounds. Saying basically this is just a 60-second round. We're going to pick up where we left off. I think he's going to be surprised to see that fighting Bohachuk isn't like the sparring sessions. And I think there's a good lesson to be learned because you look at David Benavidez. Anytime you talk to David Benavidez, he sparred everybody. But what did he say? Oh, I whipped so-and-so's ass. I whipped so-and-so's ass. He got there with Gvozdyk. I thought he was going to destroy him. Going off what David Benavidez said, let me tell you, another round, 2 rounds, David Benavidez would have been knocked out.
Man, he was throwing everything at that man with the kitchen sink. I ain't never seen a big man do gazelle punches, bro. He did like 7 of them, and that man did not budge. I said, he might be too small for them, man. And he gonna miss get walked over.
That's exactly what I think happened with Benavidez. You got to give him praise for being able to push back the big man the first 8 or 9 rounds. But what you realize is he looked much smaller than him. But when you see him at 168, he's the colossal figure in there. That's not the case. And I think with Vergil Ortiz at 147, I don't know what happened in the sparring session. I just think when he gets in there, seeing that I just think he's struggling with that weight cut, man. And I just don't think after 2-3 rounds he's going to be able to keep up with the work rate of Bohachuk. I just don't think so.
Remember what De La Hoya had said though when he came up missing and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, we may try him. He may hit 160. You may never know. He may come back 160." And then he popped up at 154. He's trying to see what De La Hoya trying to do. He seen the time shifting. Everybody 147 finna go to 154. Now that's might become the glam division. Let's put you there for a little while. But he may, like I say, that Rabdo is something else. And if he got to take, like you say, the steroids, to lose weight. But I don't want to take nothing from Robert because, hey, dude cold, bro. Dude cold. Hell of a
Robert
train.
Garcia.
Robert, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hell of a
yeah,
trainer,
yeah.
bro. He can put you on a plan. Maybe he got him disciplined on whatnot. I don't know. But I just know when I saw him sitting in that chair, man, he looked like he was hurting.
Yeah, he is. The one thing about Robert Garcia is the quality sparring he gets for his fighters, man.
Right.
It's top notch. But I'm just saying, man, when I watch De La Hoya and how they strategically plan to have Ortiz there, they're looking for a quick opportunity for him to try to pick up a belt. And I just think the plans are going to backfire. For Vergil Ortiz, I just think it's an uphill battle, man. And when I look at even if he beats Bohachuk, which I just don't think he beats him. But if he beats him, I mean, what's next for him? You know what I mean? They could try to unify the division. Who's going to fight? Crawford?
Well, he was saying, like I said, messing with De La Hoya, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. He said he wanted to fight. Hopefully, he can get him with Zoo by the end of the year. Then, if he wins, put him in there with Crawford beginning of next year.
Let me. I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm a foot stomp it again. Now, this is my opinion. Now, I like Tim Zoo. Aussie. Oi. They better leave that Australian alone. Leave him alone before he kill one of them. You know what I'm saying? They better leave that Australian alone.
There you go, DJ.
He had damn near tore the nose off of Fundora's face before Fundora hit him with that elbow on top of the head and had his blood and everything waterfalling into his eyeballs. Because if it wasn't for that hole in his head, Fundora would have been out of there.
Everybody said that's why I said he had flattened his nose. It was a wrap.
Yeah, it was over.
A wrap.
But I just think with Ortiz, look. It ain't 147. He hasn't proved himself at 154. I just don't see myself putting my eggs in all in one basket when it comes to the guy doing anything at 154. I don't think he gets through. I personally don't think he gets through Bohachuk, and I don't think Earl Spence gets through Fundora. You know what I'm saying?
I don't, that's how I feel about that. But oh my God, bro! If Earl, I just don't see any. I think he's just trying to cash Earl out for real. That's what I really think. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I think all of them finna get cashed out over there on PBC. It's time to retire them. Give them a big payday and get sit down. You know what I mean?
I think Earl should retire, man. But just looking at 154, man, Madrimov, I think he clips everybody. The Crawford win is going to age well. Murtaz Aliyev is going to fight Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo will beat him. Vergil Ortiz will lose. And then you just got to take a look at what else is out there, man. They did Josh Kelly dirty. He was mandatory for the thing, the WBO. He just totally disappeared. Yep. That just lets you know the secret society is in full effect, man. And I'll be talking about that on my channel and shit.
Yeah.
And then Josh has got a planned fight. That's why his name wasn't in the mix with Tim Zoo for the Eliminator. I'm pretty sure that Josh Kelly's got something lined up in the not too distant future. But you're going to make me go down the rabbit burrow in this 154 hood. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to get your feet wet up here on the panel. Welcome to the channel. You explained a whole heap of concerns that you had that we've all been talking about, but you just explained it a different way about Vergil. Just before you joined, I'm not sure if you heard, Vergil since the 6th of August 2022, Vergil has spent a little bit over 5 minutes in the ring. 5 minutes in the ring for pretty much 2 calendar years.
Mm-hmm.
So we're asking the same questions, right? Where's his fitness? What's he going to be like if someone's going to take him into round 9, round 10, round 11, round 12? Now, I agree with you that Bohachuk's just proved that he can go 12 rounds. He did that with Mendoza. Think what you want of Mendoza, but he's a reasonable test. We now know he's not the elite of 154, but Bohachuk did a bigger job on him than what Tim Zoo did. Now, there could be all sorts of reasons for that. I went on and said, look, me personally, I would like Vergil to win, but I have just as many doubts as you do, although I don't subscribe to conspiracy theories around drugs and illness. Unless I'm there and I've got the facts, I just don't buy into it personally. I won't speak on behalf of Slick. I believe that PBC are slowly, progressively clearing their stocks of 154. I think that some of these fights are aged fighters that are looking for a final payout. If you talk to Slick, he might have some inside information about what may or may not happen with the Fondora and Spence fight after it, and who's next. But regardless of what's happening there, I suspect that they're going to keep that belt, that WBC belt, keep away from Bud. That'll be if Bud wants to unify or try to unify, I think that the WBC will be the last one that he gets a crack at.
Yeah,
just the
man.
history of Bud and the PBC. That's all I'm going off. But then you got Turkey Al Sheikh, pay enough money, you can make the fights happen. So you're picking, if you've got to put your money on something, Hood, what I think I'm hearing from you, and correct me if I'm wrong, is if you've got $10 that you can spare, you'd put it on Bohachuk to beat Vergil. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, 100%.
Damn,
that's
Vergil.
fair.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's huge, bro. Like I say, it's an uphill battle for Vergil, man. He got to show something. I just don't know how he gonna come to Bohachuk. Because one thing I know, Bohachuk definitely gonna come to him. Bohachuk gonna sit back and wait. You know, is he gonna shock us with some feet? You know what I'm saying, or something? Or is he gonna go straight back to them ropes and get welled on? Or is he gonna stand there and fight the man? Because that's what's going. That's why I see it turning into a fight.
This is really how I see it. Bohachuk versus Ortiz is I'm gonna say like a bootleg version of Crawford versus Spence. The guy with the longer arms, looking to box you, possibly counterpunch, and with a higher volume of punches. In Bohachuk, Crawford's volume can be high if he wants, but he's a slick boxer counterpuncher, right? Then you got Earl Spence coming full steam ahead, and you got Vergil Ortiz coming full steam ahead. And I just think Vergil Ortiz is going to give Bohachuk opportunities to touch him up. I think Bohachuk is skilled enough to get past the first 3-4 rounds. When Vergil Ortiz, should be strong. And then I think after that, Vergil Ortiz develops low energy, and you just see the concern on De La Hoya's face grow, and his face becomes small, and Bohachuk's confidence grows huge, and then he stops Vergil Ortiz, I think, by round 10 or 11. And I just think the fatigue is going to set in, and Robert Garcia will jump in and be a mercy stoppage because he don't want to see the guy who he's been working with since he was off and on since he was a kid get destroyed by the Ukraine. And that's just how I see it playing out. Unless they found the fountain of whatever, and you've been sipping on it during training camp. That's all I'm saying, man. Doesn't make sense to me.
Hood, I picked what tipped me against Cruz and Pitbull and El Rayo last weekend is I got on here and I said to the guys that Robert Garcia's gym, there's something in the water at the moment. They're in a bit of a purple patch, like with Bam, and then El Rayo came out and those sorts of things. So there's something working in there that can change in one fight, obviously. But when you said that Robert Garcia works magic with people, I agree. Unfortunately, he just couldn't help AJ at the time, could he?
AJ's stubborn.
Well, it's a big head. You've got to actually just use a big sledgehammer to get a new idea into it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. When you bring up AJ, I just think when you have these fighters who are used to doing things a certain way, then they pick up a new trainer, and a few months later they go into a big fight. I think they're caught in between of doing what comes instinctively and trying to execute the game plan. Because the game plan may be one thing, but if you have most of your career done things a certain way, when the real deal starts, you go back to what you know. And also, AJ didn't have the confidence that he has now because you saw when he didn't let his hands go, he had success. He was hurting Usyk, but he was so worried about getting hit and getting caught and getting hurt that he was afraid and real apprehensive about letting his hands go. But you see him now. I think if he fought Usyk now, I think although Usyk got banged around by Tyson Fury pretty good, I just think Joshua tranquilizes Usyk if they fought again. That's just me.
I've always said that AJ was mental. He's a
Yeah,
head
it's
case.
all. This
He's a head
exactly.
case. His gas tank and he a head case. He wears too much instead of just letting his hands go. You know what I mean? That's how Andy got him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He gave up on that stool. He was like, man, I'm good, bro. Like, I ain't got to deal with this. And that's where his head be at instead of just being straightforward and this is the task. Like I say, but a lot of fighters, like I say, you can put them in there with a good trainer, but as soon as they get popped,
Yep.
they going right back. Like, arguably the third fight, but it was the third fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. He came out. He was stabbing Tyson Fury to the gut. That was a game plan, and it was working. As soon as Tyson Fury landed something, he went right back to the old shit.
Yep.
You know, you see that happen a lot, man. Sometimes it's just too late to change trainers.
It's a real good example of a fighter doing what comes to him naturally, even though there's a solid game plan put together by the coach with Buddy McGurk and Arturo Gatti when he went there, Mickey Ward. They had him a box puncher as soon as the leather started.
He went ham.
Arturo Gatti went balls to the wall, man.
He went ham.
Yeah. All that went out the window, man.
Yep.
And it turned into a great fight, and he was getting caught. And, it's just hilarious because when we talk about it, I think about that. I think about those fights, man. I'm like, shit, Arturo Gatti didn't give a goddamn.
No, as soon as he got touched, it was in his face. He was like, oh, this where we at, bro? Like,
he was fighting.
Oh, this what we doing?
Yeah,
100%, bro. 100%, man. Like I said, and I enjoyed this mystery we have upon us, bro. Like, these are the fights that me and my boy DJ was just talking. Like, these are the fights I like, where I can't pick nobody, bro. Where I can really sit there and I can think what I think, but it's still unsure. You know what I'm saying? Because what if, like say, Vergil come out? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people is thinking this way, bro. But and that's what's gonna make it more crazy if he wins, and it's gonna be instant demand for him in turns, or it's just gonna boost him so high if he beat this guy. What sucks is, unfortunate, if Bohachuk wins, he's one of them guys that's been everywhere and doing his job and just does it. He's not gonna get the recognition that he deserves.